You've probably heard friends bragging about their latest investment wins or complaining about market crashes. Maybe you've wondered what they're actually talking about when they mention buying shares or owning stock. Today, we're breaking down everything you need to know about stocks, from what they actually represent to how ordinary people use them to build wealth. Understanding stock ownership. Here's the foundation. When you purchase stock, you're becoming a partial owner of a real business. Think of it like buying a membership in an exclusive club, except this club is a profit-making enterprise. Let's use a simple analogy. Picture a successful pizza restaurant that decides to divide ownership into 100 equal pieces. If you purchase 10 of those pieces, you now own 10% of everything: the recipes, the customer base, and most importantly, 10% of the profits. That's essentially what stock represents, just scaled up to massive corporations with millions of ownership pieces available. Consider a major tech company with 50 million shares outstanding. Buying 100 shares means you own a microscopic fraction, but you're still a legitimate owner with rights and potential rewards. Why companies issue stock? Businesses don't give away ownership for fun. They do it for capital. Growing a company requires enormous amounts of money for research, equipment, expansion, and operations. Companies face a choice: borrow money from banks and pay interest forever, or sell ownership stakes and keep the cash permanently. Smart businesses often choose the latter. Let me illustrate with Alex's coffee roasting business. Alex has perfected an innovative roasting technique and wants to scale from a small local operation to a regional powerhouse. The expansion requires $500,000 for equipment, facilities, and inventory. Alex has $200,000 saved, but needs additional funding. 3 investors each contribute $100,000, receiving roughly 13% ownership each. How investors generate returns. Stock investors make money through 2 primary mechanisms: price appreciation and dividend payments. Price appreciation happens when other investors believe the company has become more valuable and are willing to pay higher prices for ownership stakes. Using our coffee example, if Alex's business grows to a $2 million valuation, those original $100,000 investments become worth $260,000 each. But markets don't always go up. What if a major competitor moves into Alex's territory and the business valuation drops to $300,000? Those same investments would shrink to just $39,000 each. This volatility explains why stock investing involves real risk alongside potential rewards. Dividends represent a different reward system. Some mature, profitable companies regularly distribute cash payments to shareholders. It's like receiving a quarterly bonus just for being an owner. Not all companies pay dividends. Many prefer reinvesting profits for growth. But dividend payments provide steady income regardless of stock price movements. Stock market mechanics. Where do people actually buy and sell these ownership stakes? Stock exchanges serve as organized marketplaces where shares change hands daily. The New York Stock Exchange and Nasdaq are America's largest, but exchanges exist worldwide. Modern technology means you can trade stocks instantly through smartphone apps, connecting you to global markets from anywhere. When companies grow large enough and meet specific requirements, they can go public by listing their shares on exchanges. This process, called an initial public offering, or IPO, allows anyone to purchase ownership stakes in previously private companies. Types of stock ownership. Not all stocks provide identical rights and benefits. Companies typically issue 2 categories: common stock and preferred stock, each with distinct characteristics. Common stock represents standard ownership with voting rights. Own 1,000 shares, you get 1,000 votes on corporate decisions and board elections. Common stockholders might receive dividends, but payments aren't guaranteed. The major advantage is unlimited upside potential. If the company becomes incredibly successful, common stock prices can multiply dramatically. The downside is higher risk. If companies face bankruptcy, common stockholders get paid last, often receiving nothing. Preferred stock trades some growth potential for stability and priority treatment. Preferred shareholders typically can't vote on company matters, but receive guaranteed dividend payments before common shareholders. If the company faces financial difficulties, preferred stockholders have priority claims on assets though they still rank behind debt holders. Choosing between stock types depends on your investment goals. Growth-focused investors usually prefer common stock for maximum appreciation potential. Income-focused investors might choose preferred stock for reliable dividend payments. Why people invest in stocks? Why risk money in volatile markets when banks offer guaranteed safety? The answer lies in long-term wealth-building potential. While savings accounts might yield 1 to 3% annually, stock markets have historically delivered 7 to 10% average returns over extended periods. That difference compounds powerfully over time. Consider investing $10,000 in a 2% savings account. You'd have roughly $12,200 after 10 years. Invested in stocks earning 8% annually, that same $10,000 could grow to approximately $21,600. The gap widens dramatically over longer time. Of course, higher returns come with increased volatility. Stock prices fluctuate daily based on company performance, economic conditions, and investor sentiment. Some people invest for decades, riding out short-term turbulence for long-term growth. Others actively trade, trying to profit from price movements over weeks or months. Building your investment foundation. Stock investing is unabought buying mysterious financial instruments. You're repurchasing ownership in real businesses, creating products and services people use daily. Start by understanding companies you interact with regularly. Do you love a particular smartphone? Research that manufacturer. Impressed by a streaming service? Look into their business model and growth prospects. Diversification remains crucial for managing risk. Don't invest everything in a single company, no matter how promising it appears. Spread investments across different industries and company sizes to protect against individual business failures. Remember, successful investing requires patience, research, and emotional discipline. Markets will fluctuate, sometimes dramatically, but historically they've rewarded patient investors who focused on long-term wealth building rather than short-term speculation. Stock ownership offers ordinary people the opportunity to participate in business, growth, and build substantial wealth over time. Understanding these fundamentals puts you ahead of most people who invest blindly or avoid markets entirely out of fear. Thank you for watching Limitless. Help the channel, subscribe, and leave your like.